Good evening, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry
How are you,
Christmas Eve.
Charlie?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Sal?
I'm
You doing
good.
anything, you doing anything special tonight?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go hang out with my family, honestly. Gotta leave in a little bit. How's your Christmas Eve?
My Christmas Eve was all right. I was stuck on a Zoom call for a very long time, but I obviously I wish I was able to see the family in person. It's just different this year because everyone's across the country. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm thankful
absolutely.
regardless.
So, anyway, let's get into it. Knicks and Nets. Pretty honestly, I know the Knicks lost, but pretty solid performance from them.
I think it was encouraging from both teams. The Knicks lost, but I think that they played well up until the very end of the game. I think RJ Barrett finally looked an efficient shooter, which we haven't seen at all at this level. I like the way that Thibodeau was using Julius Randle and Obi Toppin. I just want to shout out, got 2 blocks. I know people were worried about him defensively. I know he didn't play great, but I thought that was encouraging. I thought everything about it was encouraging. I don't know
Yeah,
about you.
I watched the game and like that we really held our own in there until like the last fourth quarter. We were tied up until tied at
Yeah,
halftime. I think the Knicks might have actually had like a 1 point lead coming out
no,
of the half. But
it was close up until the very end, and then kind of unraveled. But I liked a lot about what I saw.
yeah,
And with
absolutely.
the Nets I think are exactly what we think they are.
Hmm.
Like they're going to be a fun, high scoring team. They're going to be really easy on the eye, but I still am not sure that they have the defensive grit because the Warriors are still kind of a soft 3 point shooting team.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if like I don't know if we I don't know I don't think I know it's only one game. I don't think we learned anything new about the Nets. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, offensively though, I mean Kyrie, KD, and Karis
Oh,
LeVert definitely stood out. Like I
yeah, come on.
think Kyrie and KD almost combined for like 50 points or something like that.
Yeah,
Karis LeVert
yeah,
had 20.
48 points and Karis LeVert was off the bench. So again, like I like a lot of what the Nets are doing, but and I think the biggest thing is KD did not look like he lost a step at all.
Yeah, definitely.
I couldn't tell. Like usually I feel like Achilles injuries, like seeing someone like DeMarcus Cousins that was a star, and we haven't even seen him really like stay on an NBA court since, and he's had other injuries as a result. Like I think all credit to KD for being able to come back from that.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan also had a pretty good game too. He played his
Yeah,
own,
like
held his own. He
I
had over 10 rebounds. So
yeah, no, I like Jared Allen, I like Karis LeVert, I like Dinwiddie, I like DeAndre Jordan. I like a lot of the role players that they have. Like just like solid NBA players, I think are necessary to win a championship.
yeah, I mean they're like third favorite team to win the championship this year.
Yeah, especially when you look at teams like the Lakers who like addressed one of their problems towards the bench and went and got Schroeder and Harrell, the 1 and 2 in the 6 man of the year race. I think you need a good second unit and you need role players. I don't think you need 3 stars. I think the era of the big three is kind of over. I
Yeah,
think if you have 2 stars and a solid team, you'll be fine.
yeah, I completely agree. I mean, not that much with the NBA, honestly. So going on to the NFL, Giants and Jets. Jets. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it. I don't
I
know
love
how we couldn't tank properly.
it was a Christmas miracle. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
No,
Big
I
Sam. Big Sam.
yeah, Big Sam. Big
Oh
Sam.
my god.
Set our franchise back 15 years. Big Sam.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you I know, like it sucks. Like I know like that's not the game you want to win, but you can't blame the players.
Oh,
Like
not
it's their
no, not at all. Not at all. It's
yeah,
just
it's their career, it's their pride. Like they have to do their best to win every week. And it's just
yeah,
like
I mean
shame on the Rams.
yeah, no. If anything, it's more of the Rams' fault. Like I cannot go out there and blame Sam Darnold for winning a game. Absolutely not. Like that's like blasphemy. Like the guy has a career. Like he has to play well, you know what I mean? Like I can't get mad at him for winning.
No, not at all. It's not his fault.
Huh.
But and the Giants just looked woeful on offense. Oh my god! Like I mean, I didn't hate the 2 4th down tries in the red zone. I personally would have kicked the first time instead of done a fake field goal throw with the kicker. I didn't really like it. The second time, I totally agree with going on 4th down. It just didn't work.
Yeah,
But the offense just can't they just can't move the ball. They
yeah.
can't move the ball. It's just not like the defense. The defense is played well consistently. They're just on the field all the time.
Hmm.
It just doesn't, and the offense
And
doesn't
I
really
mean,
even.
That's why I said last episode that we had. I mean, you almost didn't want to agree with me, but we knew that. I feel like you had a feeling that the Browns were going to cover that touchdown
No,
spread.
I felt that the Browns were gonna win. I did. I wanted like in like once we get to the game, I can't help myself. Like, I get into it. I'm like, yeah, like we're gonna do this. But like when I actually think about the game logically, like I don't think we matched up well at
No,
all.
no.
It just didn't. Yeah, I didn't
I
like it.
mean, yeah, just from
The defense played well, but we can't move the ball. Like, because the whole thing is that like the way to get the Browns defense is to throw at them because their back seven's not that good. Protect the passer and throw. And like Daniel Jones, Colt McCoy, like we're not picking apart secondaries with them. We're just not.
yeah, absolutely. When do you think it's time to move on from Jones if he doesn't have
I give him one more year. I give him one more year. I think that you've seen we've seen with like Josh Allen how that third year has really benefited him. And
yeah
I'd like to see. I'm not saying Taylor Jones is going to be Josh Allen. I actually really like Josh Allen, but I think that he deserves one more year. Build the team, keep building the roster, and then after one more year, because I think they have a playoff defense. It's the offense. Build. I want to see a better pass rush. I want to see more offensive weapons, better offensive line. Give him that next year. Because I don't think he's improved that much. I really don't. I haven't seen. You could almost say that he's regressed from the end of last year. I don't know.
I
I don't know how much.
agree. I completely agree with you.
But I think you can definitely make the argument that he's regressed, and that's not a good thing. I think the offense as a whole has improved. I think it looks better. I think it looks more fluid. I like Jason Garrett's play calls more, but he himself, I don't think is improved. He makes the same mistakes consistently. I haven't seen like the arm develop. Like he runs because like he doesn't throw the ball. Like I just don't like.
So
I get more.
where do you guys see yourself drafting in the first round? So you get like a top 10, top 12 pick, even under that.
I mean, I really like the defensive talent. I think it's a good QB draft and a good pass rush draft. And I don't think we're going to go QB here. I think it's going to be potentially 4 QBs in the top 5. Penny Sewell will be the only. I think probably the Bengals at 3.
Yeah.
But if we could land a receiver like a Devontae Smith from Alabama, I would be very happy.
Yeah.
I would.
I can honestly with like the Jets, sadly Trevor Lawrence doesn't seem in the picture unless the Jaguars beat the Bears and Bill Belichick decides to be nice and just destroy us. But
I don't
if
think he
we're
will.
being realistic, I think the franchise has to either move in the direction of getting an offensive lineman, like the guy out of Oregon, like you said. But I can't see us doing that. Or Fields or Zach Wilson. Right now, I'm leaning more towards Zach Wilson. If we're being
I have not
straight up.
watched enough. Before the draft, I watched a lot of QB tape. Just like I said, just like for fun. I like to have my own rankings in my mind. But I'm not sold on Fields. I like Zach Wilson. I haven't seen enough of him. They said that he's definitively better, but I like him. I like a lot of what I see out of him, and I think it'd be a good pick by the Jets. But I would not blame them for picking Penny Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
I would not.
No, I wouldn't blame them at all because
I think
they believe in Sam Darnold. If they believe in Sam Darnold, then why not?
And I've said before that I think he's probably the best offensive lineman, or at least tackle prospect we've had in 5 or 6 years. Like I don't think you can fault, and he's not going to go 1. I think in other drafts he goes 1, and he's not going to because of a Trevor Lawrence. So I think taking him at 2 is not a bad pick. I think some Jets fans would be like, "What is this? Like I want to just see a new quarterback, like get someone else in." But I think there are more important things than that.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, we're gonna fire Gase, like no doubt about it. But does a coach that's cut? Does a coach? What?
I listen to a lot on the Fan, and some of them think that by miracle he might survive.
There is no way that Adam Gase stays. I can tell you that here right now, and it's going to be a matter of if the next head coach wants to keep Sam Darnold or draft a new quarterback, which could be Zach Wilson or Fields. But you have to remember that we also had the late first round pick from the Seahawks. And honestly, I could see us giving a quarterback another weapon like a Rondale Moore out of Purdue. I really like him. Like I watched him a lot. I mean, he's been beaten up a few injuries and stuff like that, but like I think he's a really good wide receiver.
No, another guy. Who's the guy from LSU? Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
he's another. He didn't even play this year, but he's good. Kyle Pitts is that tight end that a lot of people like.
mm-hmm.
Like there are
Florida, right?
What?
Kyle Pitts from Florida, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of offensive weapons that you can definitely draft here, but I just think there's a lot of good pass rush. Like
Yeah.
I think a guy like Micah Parsons from Penn State for the Giants would be amazing. I personally like who's the Simmons guy on the Cardinals? Isaiah Simmons? Is that his name?
Isaiah Simmons.
Isaiah Simmons. I really wanted the Giants to get him last year. We didn't. I think that not Jamar Chase, that I think that Micah Parsons could be like him. I think he covers the same kind of ground. He can rush the passer out of linebacker. I'd really like to see Parsons and Blake Martinez in the backfield, but I doubt that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
I think you like if you look at the Giants right now, you look at that offense, you look at that defense. I don't think you can justify spending your potentially top 10 first on the defense.
Yeah. And
I think you got offense.
back to the Gase thing. I think it is virtually impossible that he stays. There is no way. We couldn't even listen. I know we've only won one game. Why would the Jets want that? Like, why?
I think it should be impossible.
No, it is impossible. Like, I will bet you an absurd amount of money that Adam Gase leaves.
No, and I wouldn't bet that he will be there. I think it's more possible than people think. It shouldn't be, but I think it's more possible than people think that he returns. Because I know I know he's kind of weird, but he talks like he's going to be there next year. He talks about like improving for the future and like how he's improving and his players are improving with him. Like what? Like how is that even like?
I don't.
I feel like most people in his position would be like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just like my job to put the franchise in the best position. It's up to them to make the decision. Like he's not talking like that. He's acting like he's been reassured that he'll be there again. And I think that's a disgrace. He's awful.
Yeah. I might actually stop being a Mets fan if that's the case. A Jets fan if that's the case. Like
losing out on Trevor Lawrence and keeping Adam Gase would be the biggest slap in the face of the fan.
Big Blue would look kind of nice, honestly.
It would. It
would look good. I could see it on me if that were the case.
You're more than welcome to convert. No,
yeah,
I can't see that happening.
There's been a lot of things as a Jets fan that I've lived through. I have seen the Steelers beat in the last week, win, and the Jets miss out on the playoffs, and the Jets subconsciously losing regardless. I have witnessed a butt fumble, which was the most abysmal play of all time. I'm still here, but I think this is one of the most unforgivable and unforgettable things I can ever see. I can ever like.
If you go 1-15 coach, like it's, I wouldn't even know what to do.
No, but like a 9-4 team, like why are we winning? Like Trevor Lawrence is one of a generational talent. Like why are we winning?
Generational talent. I always felt what happened is that you would fire Gates. I thought you'd have the number one pick. I thought you were going to go in 16, and I thought that you would go to Trevor Lawrence in the meetings and say, "Look, help us pick out your head coach. We want you to like the guy we're going to bring in." And I don't know if he was going to pick Joe Brady or pick Eric Bieniemy. I have no idea. But that's always how I thought it was going to go. And I think that might happen in Jacksonville now because I can't see Doug Marrone staying.
No.
I think that Trevor Lawrence will get his pick of a coach, and that should have been the Jets, but you had to go win. Unless the Jaguars win, but I think they're done.
Oh, I definitely think that they're done.
I think the Jaguars have been visibly tanking for a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought the Jets were, but apparently.
So, going into your picks now, who are you taking this week?
I like the Dolphins -3 over the Raiders. I was high on the Raiders early in the year, and I'm not anymore. I like what the Dolphins are doing. I like Tua isn't going to blow you away, but he's a game manager. I think he's going to be like Drew Brees. I really do. He's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to keep the ball moving, keep it short, and I like it. I like a lot of what the Dolphins are doing. What about you? Who's your first?
Yeah, I mean, first off, that's not my. I do have the Dolphins as one of my picks, but my least confident pick is probably the football team against the Panthers, -1.
I like that pick. I like that pick. I think it's close enough, and I think the football team are just a more complete team. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but he did I don't know. I like the football team's defense there.
Yeah.
For my second pick, I have the Colts -1.5 over the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I think it was a warning sign for the Steelers when the Giants played well against them week 1, and everyone's like, when I know they went 11-0, and everyone's like Super Bowl contender. I never bought it. because like it's just like I know this the saying is like you are what your record is, and I think that's true to a point. But like I would watch the Steelers and I just wouldn't see it. I wouldn't see them as an 11-0 team. And I think that's finally starting to show. I think Ben Roethlisberger was awful against the Bengals. I don't know if you had the chance to watch that game.
That game was Corvette.
Oh yeah, I was so happy. Hey, thank you, Juju. I'm gonna buy if I win, I'm gonna buy a Juju jersey. He saved me.
Yeah, I
He
mean, I don't really blame you for that. Yeah,
saved
so
me.
my second pick is probably gonna be I like the Cardinals -4.5 against the Niners. Cardinals are a playoff contending team. It's a must-win game for them. I could see them destroying the Niners.
I don't care who wins, as long as Kittle does well, because I'm gonna start Kittle.
And who's
I'm
your
gonna
final
start-
pick?
I like the Browns -9.5.
Wow, I agree, but
I mean,
tough spread to cover.
it is a tough spread to cover, but they need to win the division. I think now, especially with the Steelers like kind of falling off, I think they're looking at that and they're thinking we need to just beat them to a pulp for the division, and I think it's gonna happen. I think look, I just can't see it happening any other way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. What about you?
Yeah, my last pick is the Dolphins -3. I'm riding with Tua. Tua,
No.
like he's got to push to get into the playoffs. Raiders have no hope. That's the way I've been looking at a lot of these games lately, and I've been undefeated for the past 2 weeks. Just want to put
You have been
just
undefeated.
want to point that out.
I
And
was just saying, if you're a betting man, bet on the Browns to win the division. You heard it here first.
no,
You
no,
heard it
no,
here
no.
first. Browns are gonna win out.
Listen,
Browns are
maybe,
gonna win out.
maybe. But anyway,
I promise you.
I love Tua and Co against the Raiders, and I think they're gonna make a playoff push and shock a lot of people in the playoffs. Believe it or not.
I think it's crazy that like one of the Dolphins, the Ravens, and like there's gonna be a good team that misses out, even
There
with
is.
the extended playoff
There is.
format. A
There is.
good team gonna miss out. That's
I know.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think the Dolphins deserve it. I think the Ravens deserve it. And there's one team I'm forgetting that's in that mix. Maybe the Colts. One team that's in that mix. I don't
Colts,
remember.
Titans. That's tough
Yeah.
too.
That's yeah. There's just someone who deserves to be a playoff team, and someone in the NFC East is gonna make the playoffs, and that's just like, and none of them deserve to be a playoff team. But on the Giants' playoff hopes, you think there's a shot?
No way.
I think it's possible. If the Giants win out and the football team lose one.
Wait, what'd you say about the Giants winning out?
You still with me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. If the Giants win out and the football team lose one game, then the Giants have the tiebreaker and they go through.
Yeah, but the Giants against the Ravens, I don't see them winning.
No, like there is a scenario where the Giants lose to the Ravens and still make it, but there's just so much else has to happen. I'm not even going to consider that a realistic possibility. I think it would be like the Eagles would have to lose to the Cowboys. Well, the Eagles have to lose to the Cowboys, and the football team would have to lose out. And I just don't. I don't know. If the Giants win out, that's all we can do, in my opinion. That's just the way I'm looking at it. But I'm not too confident though, because the offense just looks dreadful.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Especially the Ravens have so much to play for. Like,
Yeah.
if the Ravens lose to the Giants, their season is over. So.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Peace.